Hey everyone, it's me, Richard here, Metal Fan. Today we're still continuing the Judas Priest discography, and today we're going to be talking about Angel of Retribution. Now, let's get into this album, shall we? A lot of people wanted this to happen, but in 2003, the most really great news surfaced in the metal world, and Judas Priest fans were really screamed in joy when Rob Halford rejoined Judas Priest. Anyway, now this was the Judas Priest that we all know. Now this was honestly the big comeback for album, like the big return for big reunion with Rob Halford. I was like, holy shit. Now, then they did some reunion tours, and then in 2005, Angel of Retribution came out. And wow, I guess I was quite right. This was a kind of a bit of a comeback after the god-awful Demolition album with Ripper. But when Rob Halford rejoined, it feels like good old Judas Priest. And here's why we talk about this album. Like, a lot of the lyrics mainly sort of reference sort of older Judas Priest songs from other old albums like Painkiller, Screaming for Vengeance, British Steel, and wow. Like, it's sort of like a bit of a call to the past almost in this album. I really enjoyed this a lot. But yeah, I want to get into this album because I really want to talk about this one. Now, the album opens up with the song Judas Rising, which is a pretty good opener, has a very catchy chorus. It's in there. I love the chorus in that song, and the lyrics kind of remind me of something I would hear from Painkiller. Thought it's a really great way to start this album, start with a bang. I really enjoyed that song a lot. Then we get to the next song called Deal with the Devil, which is a very powerful song. It's just really powerful. It just punches you in the face. It's just really great. Really enjoyed that song a lot. Then we get to the next song called Revolution, which is just very catchy. Very catchy song. It just feels like it's just really awesome. Then we get to the next song called Worth Fighting For, which is a pretty okay song. I thought it's kind of, but nothing really special. And it starts off with a little bass intro, which is, since I think it's the first time Judas Priest had a song with a bass intro since probably, I forgot the name of the song from, I think it was on British Steel. Oh yeah, I remember, The Rage, yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty good song. Then we get to Demonize Er, which is a very aggressive song. It's just really brutal. It's just in your face, and it has the ending on that song is really great. It starts very neat, and I really enjoyed that a lot. Then we get to Wheels of Fire, which is a bit of a different song. I mean, it just sounds a little bit different to me. I don't know how to describe it, but it just sounds a bit different. Then we get to the next song called Angel, which starts off with has a very nice little piece. It has a bit of an acoustic guitar part, and I really enjoyed that a lot. It's a really good song. It's just really soothing. Then we get to Hell Rider, which is a really good song. In fact, this song kind of reminds me of Hell Patrol from Painkiller. Get it? Hell Rider, Hell Patrol. Just, I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of that song, oddly enough. Then we get to Eulogy, if I'm saying that right, which I consider this a very short piece. It's kind of like a little interlude, almost, between this and the final song on the album called Loch Ness, which just, Loch Ness is pretty much a very atmospheric type song. It has a bit of an atmospheric vibe, which I thought it was a pretty good interesting way to end this album, and it's a really good album. Now, overall, Angel of Retribution by Judas Priest is a really, it's a pretty good album. But honestly, I think this album's a bit underrated. I don't think hardly any. I mean, this album's almost 10 years old. Well, it will be next year. But I feel like hardly anybody talks about this album now. But this album is pretty good. I also think this is another underrated Judas Priest album, in my opinion. Now, if I were to give Angel of Retribution by Judas Priest a score, I'm going to give this album a solid 8 out of 10. It's a really pretty good album. I really enjoyed this a lot. So yep, that's my review of Angel Retribution. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Keep it metal.